Hey there everyone, it's BTM Kiwi back here again with another Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 stream, and today we are taking the Boeing 747-8I Intercontinental from Humberto Delgado Airport, also known as Lisbon, and we're going to be rocking on over to Zurich. Quite cloudy over here today. I always fly using live weather and live time. That off screen. I just want to take a little screenshot quickly. That disappear. And it is Y. My controller. Alright. Hopefully that comes out all right. Hopefully we get the departures and arrivals that we're wanting. I checked the meters that we were given, and they seem to be alright.
Battery switch on. Standby power selector. Auto. External power.
Ground services, and let's get some power supply.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please send a ground power unit? BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. A ground power unit is on the road.
I don't know what that truck's doing right in front of the engine now. This airport doesn't have any heavy gates, and I totally forgot what gate we were at, which is not good, and I think I just remembered gate 145. I could quickly look up a airport chart for that. Is that hooked up yet? No, it has. I'm pretty sure we are on gate 145.
On if available. APU selector. Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft? APU selector.
Ground Air Baltic 676 requesting pushback.
Air Baltic 676 pushback request accepted. Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please send the catering truck? APU selector.
I don't know why it needs to do that.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu
Once I've said what my
could you please send the baggage?
call sign is,
APU selector.
or my I don't know, it's just a constant.
Ground Air Baltic 676 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Air Baltic 676 taxi to and hold short of runway 03 using taxiway Alpha 2 Mike 1 Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5. Contact tower on 119er decimal 555 when ready.
MCDU. Oh, I know that's what they call it on the Airbus, the McDo. MCDU. Oh, come on.
Taxi to and hold short runway 03 using taxiway Alpha 2 Mike 1 Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5 Air Baltic 676.
We go out of the way. And we've got our heading and all that in view, which is nice. Alright. Not sure what that is. Oh, pardon me. March 24th to April 20th, 2022. Reference airport is... No, I want to zoom in a bit because it's quite small on the flight plan. LPPT. I really should try and figure out how to get rid of that stuff that's showing up. But it is helpful at times telling me what the different buttons are now. Even if it showed me around here what gate I was at, it would be great. But I'm pretty sure I'm on gate 145 or 142, somewhere around there. I'm sure it doesn't matter too much. The end of the world. Alrighty-o. That LPPT. For some reason our flight plan wanted us to fly all the way up over the ocean to the north of Spain, and then crossing into France to Paris, and then turning from Paris to Zurich, but it didn't make sense to me. It made it quite a bit longer, and I wanted to go more direct, and to enjoy some of the scenery we've got. Not that we can really fully appreciate it being high up, but it'd still be nice to see some scenery. So I've picked a route that takes us over the mainland and through the corridor, the border of Spain and France and Andorra, up through to Zurich. LSZH is where we're going. And company route is LISZRH. LISZRH and number. Alright. Okay, it says it wants us going to flight level 12,000. Of its point, which is the departure called IXIDA4N, Exida 4N, and that takes us to Exida. So that's going to be our first point. And we'll override this when we do our departures and our arrival part, but I always just like to put in the very first point. Even though I know you're probably not supposed to, but it probably confuses the sim more to do that, but cool, that works. And we're going direct to Tosdi. Cool, and it's taken that. And then we're taking from Tosdi the UN 745 airway. Hopefully this takes it as existing, and it did. Sweet. We're taking that to the VOR called ZMR. And that's going to probably have duplicates, which it shouldn't really. It should. It's changed our airway. Now we take the airway UN 976. UDG 0.
8722 requesting pushback.
Oh, I should say.
Pushback request accepted.
And that hasn't gone in. So we're just gonna see if that plugs in. I don't know why it can't just be more. There we go. And we're in the northern hemisphere, so we can ignore the southerns. Yeah, they're all VORs, that one's an NDB, so let's see if I can find it on my map. DGO. DGO is by Lograno.
Alpine 8722 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Alright, and it should be north 42.4 something and 2.9 west.
Tower on 119 something. When ready.
Or probably that. 227. 44.4, I said, didn't I?
Taxiing hold short runway 03 via taxiway
42.4, sorry, 42.4.
1 Mike 5 Alpine 8722.
So it's this one. It has to be. And it's wanting us to go direct. Let's see, our last point is ZMR. And it wants us to take. So in between that, along our airway, there's only one other point called another VOR called NEA, and it looks like a pretty straight line to me.
Alpine 872 to hold position, caution other traffic.
I'm gonna get rid of it. I want that airway. NEA. Since it's not putting in the airway, I have to put it in manually. The points. And it's a Northern Hemisphere one. And that takes us to the DGO. Which is also this Northern VOR. And we just hit next page. Okay, from there, we have another airway, UT429. UT9, let's see if this exists. It didn't put in the last one. And well, hopefully that goes in by the time I come back up to put in the next point, which is top 2. And this has a few turns and that's not doing anything. Alright, so we're going manual again. VOR called LPA is first. Oops. Yeah, I put that. I don't know what I was doing just there. Alright. It didn't put anything in because, yeah, it doesn't go into the airway. Point LPA. Is that going to ask me for multi-choice? Both of them are. Okay, there's only one VOR, so that's cool. Next point is Gosvi. GOSVI. Oh, look at that. Now it's giving us that airway we wanted. So, I mean, it exists, but for some reason it doesn't want to put it in. Then we've got top 2. If you look at that, it's still in there, existing. Ooh, this is a long one. This airway, and I just hope it exists, and let's put it in. So it wants us to take the UN871. It's got a lot of points along it, so I really, really hope. Yes, it plugs in. Whew, relief. Then we're going to Omasi, and it has like 8 or 10 points. Oh my god. Oh no, you don't. What did I do wrong? Nothing as far as I can tell. O-M-A-S-I. O-M-A-S-I. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Don't tell me it's because it doesn't like the airway being there. Do this too. Alright, I'm going to try putting in Omasi again now that the airway's gone. And let's see if it allows it. The airway gone. Oh, look at that. It's letting us do the airway. Thank frick for that, and let us do the point. I don't understand sometimes. Now it wants us to take the N871 airway. N871, which exists, and we're taking that to Ursu. It doesn't like that one either. Alright. We have to go delete for that. Route. Next page. That's gone. So we refresh it, because for some reason it really it kept the delete. Now it accepts it, and it's doing the airway. From there, it wants us to go direct to the airport. That's a bit strange, considering we're wanting to land runway 34. Thought there would maybe be a special
Ground Air Portugal 3 requesting pushback. Air Portugal 3 pushback request accepted.
I thought maybe there would be a special approach. I'm looking at one of the other routes quickly and seeing if there's another approach for it, and there is. LM2G. Zoom on this map a bit and have a look. Okay, that's because of that point there by Basil. Oops. bear with me, guys.
Ground Air Portugal Tree requesting the end of pushback.
Yeah, we can't. Okay, so that will be fine, and
Air
we're just
Portugal
taking.
Tree
We're not
request to
having
end
a
pushback received.
star. Unless we can
Ground
find
Air
one that
Portugal
comes
Tree
from
with
that
Alpha
point
ready to taxi
in
IFR.
Bursu. We'll try and have a look and
Air
see
Portugal
how
Tree taxi to and hold short of runway 03 via taxiway Juliet
that
Quebec
turns
1
out.
Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5.
All right.
Contact tower on 119.555 when ready.
So let's go to
Taxi to and hold short runway 03 using taxiway
let's
Juliet Quebec
go
1 Mike 2 Mike 3 Mike 5 Air
let's go
Portugal 3.
legs. Let's all right. We're at 160 range. Yeah. There's meant to be some turns in that airway. It's a little bit annoying that there isn't. It's like the airway in this in the Boeing 747 doesn't matter. For some reason, like they don't have them in there, even though you've got the airways plugged in, but they don't take with putting the points in automatically, which is really annoying, to be quite honest. All right, let's set up the departure. We are taking departure Exida 4. Eggs to S. XCD4N. Will probably be us. Yep, looks about right. Alright. Now we want ILS 34. Let's see, our point of entry is Bursu. So there's only one burst, so let's just pick that. See what happens. The legs. Holy shit. Maybe that's why it told us to just go direct. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness me. That is a mess. Holy shit. I'm so confused here as to what it's asking. Wow. I Okay, I see. That is right. That's what we're meant to actually do when we enter. So, yeah, we want 7,000, 7,000 when we enter. We're wanting to be at 5,000 when we hit the glide path. So that looks fine because I've got the chart right here. Wow. For some reason I didn't visualize it being like that. Wow. That's crazy. Come on. All right. There we've got position, we've got our route, item position, performance. Let's see, we've got a cruising altitude of yeah, it's wanting flight level 12,000. I'm not gonna fly at 12,000 feet. So our cost index is 320. I'll pop that in while I figure out what sort of reserves in tons. 0.9 is 1.8. It's in pounds, so 1.8 tons pounds, but that's wrong. I guess it isn't. No, because I think I had it at, I think it was like 400 something kgs. Yeah, so this is in pounds. All right, so that's fine. Cruising altitude, we'll pick 36,000 feet for our cruise. Maybe even 39. I'll pick 39. Let's go 39,000. 0. All right. And we have any other pages? No. All right, next page. Don't deal with that stuff. All right, our thrust reduction is fine. Engine out acceleration. Just V speeds. Okay, we've got a rotate of 171, and once we hit 160, take the hands off throttle. But that's about it, I think. And I'll deal with this when we're up in the air. Yeah, here we go. Pounds and times 1,000. All right. Cough. All right. Connected to all that. So get the spoilers in. Oh, come on. There we go. All right.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft? APU selector.
Oh, missing audio. Don't tell me. The audio's bugged out already. That's just great. Clearance, let's get out. Wi-Fi clearance.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 IFR to Zurich, ready to copy. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is cleared to Zurich Airport as filed. Take off runway 03 climb and maintain 11,000 Start feet. Then on. Departure frequency is 119.55 squawk 0215.
11,000.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 cleared to Zurich Airport as filed. Take off runway 03 climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Is that the runway we wanted to take off? Yes, it is. Cool.
Squawk 0215. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 read back correct. Contact ground on 121.755. Good day. Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 with Alpha ready to taxi IFR. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 taxi to and hold short of runway 03 via taxiway Alpha 4 Golf 1 Golf 2 Foxtrot uniform to uniform 1 Mike 5. Contact tower on 119.555 when ready. On when avail lit. Fuel pumps. On. Beacon. On. Lisbon Airport information Alpha 1600 Zulu. Wind 062 at 19er.
That's cool.
6.
There we go. Alright.
Air Portugal 643 turn next taxiway.
Alright, he's automatically disconnected
Alpine
from us.
7642, please expedite your climb
Still no
4,000
power.
feet.
So we are going to ask to be pushed back. And I need to be into ground.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu
I can break off.
2408 requesting pushback. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 pushback request accepted.
And may as well ding the cabin. Is the plane rolling back on its own? Slowly. No. Don't know why, it felt like it was, and finally. So we want the plane to be turned left. There's a departure runway. Start getting ready to ask for that left-hander because of the time delay with the call-outs.
Pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Ooh,
November Zulu
that's
2408. Your request has been transmitted to the operator.
pretty much right bang on. That's nice. Ask him to stop.
Ground BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 requesting the end of pushback. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 request to end pushback received.
Lovely. Back to clearance. Tower. Oh, right, and look at those clouds coming in. Alright, thrust levers idle, APU bleed should be on, and it is. We want engine bleeds on, and then we want engine switches 3 and 4, both at once, and let's get this. Ooh, running into them. Them spooled up. Hello. Those will automatically, here we go, click in starters, we can get the others gone now. He started other ones. So we'll have a very angry person behind us. Oh, look at that, we got that bang on. Flight director's on. Your damper's automatic. Lateral nav on. 03 is our heading. 8 degrees is our takeoff. We want flight level change on. All right, we're ready to rock and roll.
Alpine 7642, please expedite your climb 4,000 feet.
Getting our flaps out. We're a little bit over speed already.
Alpine 7642, please expedite your climb 4,000 feet.
I'm gonna beat you.
Alpine 7642, please expedite your climb 4,000 feet. Alpine 7642, contact Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day. .55 for Alpine 7642.
It's definitely tough to taxi with how big she is. You need some speed to get her around those corners, but the weight, the momentum, but then she doesn't like going around those corners very fast. It doesn't look like we have anyone coming into land anytime soon. We should be alright. Right, brakes. Parking brake. Get on the horn to ATC.
Tower BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 ready for IFR departure runway 03.
So I don't see anyone getting ready to come in.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 QNH 29.9 Cleared for takeoff runway 03.
Takeoff. Got a plane flying overhead.
Cleared for takeoff runway 03 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Engine 4 fuel control switch. Run. ICAS. Monitor. Engines 1, 2, 3. APU selector. Off. Lights.
That's something I forgot to do. That was naughty.
On.
Alright. Alright. Speed. Release forward pressure on the yoke. There's a decent crosswind. Let's get up. Positive rate of climb. Set the flaps up.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 contact Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day.
Weather, Lisbon Center, acknowledge.
119.55 for BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
Descent and maintain 5,200 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 03 approach easy 2369er.
Lisbon Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is passing 7,500 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
FMDI's on auto, engines on autos, and let's get window heat.
29.9 continues PP 412 is planned.
Lisbon Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Request flight level 230.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect flight level 230.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect flight level 230 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Lisbon Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Request flight level 330.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 230.
It's not a very nice
Expect
day
flight
in
level 330.
Portugal, and probably Spain by the looks of it either, since Portugal's not exactly big.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 330 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Lisbon Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Request flight level 430.
And we want to go to standard.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect
It's
flight level 430.
2992, and I know I could just click the standard button, but if you do that, you can't change the barometer settings.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 430 BTM 2408 November Zulu
Or you
2408.
uncheck. Yeah, we want to decrease by 4,000. We want 39,000 feet.
Lisbon Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Request flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 390 BTM 2408 November
Alright,
Zulu
landing lights can
2408.
go off and taxi. We can turn off logo lights, strobes, leave nav, wing and logo to leave nav, beacon and strobe on.
Air France 119er, for you are 49er miles northeast. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 03 approach.
I don't know which one allows to show traffic.
Descend and maintain
Some of them don't show
5,200
traffic.
feet. QNH
As you
29er
zoom out too
decimal
much.
91.
So for some reason we're meant to be at 4,000 feet when we hit this point, but screw that.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
So that's gonna
Expect
ask us in a
ILS
moment.
runway 03 approach Air France 119er 4.
To climb again.
Descend and maintain 5,200 feet. Easy 2369er.
So the DA62, a beautiful plane.
BTM 2408 November
you.
Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 290.
29,000.
Easy 2369er contact approach on 125.13. Good day.
Climb and maintain flight level 290
I
BTM
don't know why it constantly
2408
wants to hit
November Zulu
253. I wonder if
2408.
that's maybe the safe climbing speed. Right. It's a bit disappointing that the It's all clouded over here. Alright, we're starting to get contrails. Gas APU in the back there for its exhaust. We're going to get asked to climb again. I'm not sure what to. Hopefully straight up to 39.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 climb and maintain flight level 390.
That will be our cruising altitude.
Air Portugal, 441 you are 70 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 03 approach.
Climb and maintain flight level 390 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
Oh, alright. Those guys can bugger off.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
That,
Expect vectors ILS runway
waypoint.
03 approach Air Portugal 441.
Yeah, it should show me any VORs at around the position one, but there's no terrain. Just either on. Alright. Let's increase our sim rate. Punch up to cruise. 1, 2, 3. So get as close, I'll slow down sim rate so we can get stable. Alright, let's start. Go back to normal sim rate, get stable. Looks like we hit a crosswind. And I'm going to increase our speed to our cruise, which it should maybe do automatically. I want to see how high that jumps up to and starts accelerating to now that we've got to our cruise. Should be increasing now. Actually quite far forward, isn't it? Come on. Gone to cruise mode. We've already passed our maybe we haven't passed the top of climb. That's set in the computer. Let's go to let's see issue handles 290. Here we go. Targeting Mach 0.93 or Mach. I want more than just 80-degree range now. Let's go to 320 miles. Looks like, because we've got a slight tailwind, it's more of a crosswind than a tailwind, but it's still tailwind. She's struggling to hit that 2.9er. And we've got a really nice ground speed of 550 knots, which is probably a little over 1,000 kilometers an hour. Which is really nice, considering we're going to be turning somewhat soon. And when we turn, we're going to have a lot more of that tailwind. So I might change that to knots. That's what I want, 293. And I might drop it to 285. That way the engines can power down a bit and stop stressing. They're starting to now suddenly realise that we're a little bit too fast. Beautiful plane. Nice, we've got a break in the cloud. You can see a lot of the farmland. There's probably a bunch of towns down there that we can't quite make out. So that direction is north. That way is England. So she needs to power down a little bit more. Got half of 320 is 160 and a half of that's 80, so we've got a little over 80 miles before we even start to turn. Down the cabin, let down. Move about. Increase the sim rate. Let's turn the sim rate off for now and let it restabilize, so I won't go too low. I did a sim rate of 4 clicks there, which I'm assuming is a times 4 modifier. Well, times 5, isn't it? Because times 1 is it's 100%. So I need a 200%, 100% increase to get times 2. Times 2, times 3, times 4. We're at 4 times speed now. Seems to handle it. She's starting to fluctuate beyond the vertical speed tape.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 240
I have to cut back to normal speed. Otherwise they'll get angry because I'll be covering too much distance without responding.
118.275 for BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Madrid Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
Sim rate again. times 2 times 3 times 4.
ATM 2408 November Zulu 240 at Madrid Center. Continue to Tosty as planned.
But I need to acknowledge that. Nope, cool. Town. Is that an airport down there? It's just roads. We're gonna start our turn and get a nice boost for tailwind. Leaving behind all the cloud, which is nice. She really does have a lovely, aggressive, swept-back wing design, and that helps her to fly as fast as she does, because she flies a lot faster than other commercial airliners. That's because of that wing design is a bit more swept back. A higher degree taper angle. Alright, got a decent distance, and it looks like this A320 is a bit higher than me, which is a bit odd. Engine power at 61%. What's our ground speed like? 534, that's fine. At the moment, we don't need window heat on. And we're starting to fluctuate. I'm about to turn it off in a moment once we start. Ooh.
ATM 2408 November Zulu 2408 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 generic.
I see him.
Report them in sight. Air Portugal A23 traffic is 6 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 380 Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 traffic in sight.
Air Portugal A23 traffic in sight.
How the hell do we have me in sight? Alright, another turn. This one's definitely going to be a direct tailwind. And while we're doing that, distance to go 58.2 nautical miles. Viewpoint DGO. While we're doing that, our approach speed, I want to select. There's our approach. Our nav radio, and it's not tuned in. But we've got it selected. So thank goodness I've got the chart here. And the ILS DME is 110.75. And I don't like that. I don't like how it's done 0.8 at the 0.75, bruv. And I do not know why I just said that word. I hate it when people say it because it's just like so hoary. 110.75, let's try to do that again. I think it's just rounding up, which it is, but hopefully it'll be fine. I'm really hoping it'll be fine. Let's start setting our minimums while we're here. That's quite a high airport. The threshold for the elevation is at 1,388 feet for runway 34. And we've got a decision altitude of 1,588 feet, so that's a difference of 200 feet from the runway threshold. Barometric minimums. We have to do this nice and slowly, otherwise it starts doing that. The barometer, that's jumping up massively. What am I doing? It's 1588. I want it to jump massively. 1588. There we go, 1588. There's our minimums in, we've put in our other sheet. And when we first come in, it looks like it wants us to come in from the point Gippol, which is where we are coming in from, but then it wants us to then, at the airport, we want to turn right at the Cloton VOR, which is right at the airport, and we want to take that doesn't give us an angle. Just gives us a oh, I think it 139, maybe that's the angle, but it says radial 139. Yeah, I suppose that's 139 degrees. And we take that to a distance of 16 miles from that VOR. And we drop down to 7,000 feet when we get there. Then we start our arc into Utixo, which is which is like our main. It's not our initial approach fix. It's one of the main ones that gets us first lined up with the ILS and the runway, and we want to hit that by 6,000, and we'll be about 13.2 miles out from the runway threshold, or where the signal for the ILS is coming from. And then we get to a final approach fix, which is 10.3 miles out from the runway threshold, and we want to hit that at 5,000 feet, which is where we want to be when we intercept the glide path. So we want to do step downs 7, 6, and 5. And we want to be at guy pole by 7 and just stay at 7 the whole way around by the looks of it. Yeah. And with a maximum speed of 230 knots. And then once we get to our little final arc coming in, we can't be more than 210 knots. So we'll deal with that once we start getting into there. And that's what I wanted to do. The ATIS for Zurich, I'll put that in now, which is 125.725. I'll probably put that on our to now 125.725. 125.725. And we'll put that as our active. And we'll switch back over. We want the volume for that all the way up, so we can actually hear it. Alright, 125.725. That there. Alright. Alright, we're all set up. So now we can just enjoy our cruise. Do a nice long sector, and I don't like not being able to see my next sector, so there we go. Noticing a lot of this being quite choppy in frames department, so it makes me a little nervous if I start increasing if I start increasing, that was one of our VORs, so if I start increasing the sim rate, I'm a little bit worried we're going to start possibly get force a crash or an error. See all the metal panels that make up the plane, the skin. It's really nice. Done a really nice job. The visuals in this game. Exhaust is a massive, it's a pretty damn big APU. I think they use a little jet engine for the APU, or maybe a conventional engine and generator, but it's probably the same size as a traditional turboprop engine, possibly. Maybe in some of the turboprop airliners. That'd be interesting. since those are jets and they spin up pretty fast. It's probably even bigger, to be honest. Those engines spin up pretty quick. Whereas the APU takes a little while. Sim rate. Now, there's probably a main airport somewhere around here. So we've got quite a few people over there. Probably a starred named airport. They're fluctuating again. Roller coaster side, I think we might be passing over. This won't be the Italian Alps. Switzerland perhaps. No, Zurich is Switzerland, isn't it? Where we're going. Yeah, these are people taking a pleasure flight, and there's probably a starred airport around here.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 240 in contact Bordeaux Center on 120.3.
I'm on an unknown craft, eh? That's a bit ominous.
Going to 120.3 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
Let's see, does that tune out automatically? Like, of course it will tune over the my ATIS. Oh no, it didn't. Good.
Bordeaux Center BTM 2408 November.
That's good. I'm happy about that, but that's why I've got it in gears back up.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 240 Bordeaux Center. Continue to Mesa as planned.
Mesa. Quite interesting to figure out what that guy is using. I'm pretty sure this is the Italian Alps, because when we flew to Greece, we flew over all of this. I'm pretty sure I recognise that valley and glacier. There's a little airstrip down there. And we're starting to hit sunset. It's almost golden hour, and then twilight. One thing I get a little annoyed with the sim is it doesn't just increase the aircraft. The whole world gets its simulation rate increased. So it's everything, not just the plane. So then sunsets start happening faster, which is annoying because it's not live weather then.
Going to 121.25 BTM 2408
So
November
speeding all
Zulu
that up.
2408. Bordeaux Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Bordeaux Center. Continue to Mesa as planned. Ryanair 855 contact Bordeaux Center on 120.3. Good day. Europa 1672 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Zurich. Report them in sight.
Okay, good. I don't have to deal with that.
811 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles, at flight level 33, 0 generic. Report them in sight. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, contact Bordeaux Center on 125.375. Good day.
What are you doing, Kay?
decimal 375 for BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Bordeaux Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is passing flight level 395 descending flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Bordeaux Center, continue to Omesa as planned. Alpine 4031, you are 50 miles north. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 32 right approach via Lapka transition. Clear to Lapu. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 32 right approach via Lapka transition. Clear to Lapu. Alpine 4031. November Zulu 2408, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 380 generic. Report them in sight.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, traffic in sight.
Ryanair 2160, traffic is 4 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 380, Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
380.
2408 November Zulu 2408, contact Marseille Center on 130.85. Good day.
Did that come from the same airport I did? No, it came from one of the ones I've been to before.
130.85 BTM 2408 November
He's going to report me inside.
Ryanair 2160, contact Marseille Center on
Marseille Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Marseille Center, continue to Omesa as planned. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 traffic is 9
yes,
o'clock,
I've
3 miles at
already
flight level
acknowledged that.
380 generic. Report them in sight.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 traffic in sight.
Marseille Center Ryanair 2160 is at flight level 380 descending 10,000 feet.
Ryanair 2160 Marseille Center, continue as planned. Ryanair 2160, traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 380, Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
I don't know why they keep saying 380 when I'm 39. Am I not meant to be using standard?
Ryanair 2160 has the Boeing B748 in sight.
Oops, and I forgot to, what are you doing? Right, yeah, you trying to crash into me? I forgot to put at the start of the stream. I was meant to this time, since I've never gotten a comment about it. How I ask at the end of the streams if people can give me any suggestions to of maybe places to fly to, and possibly from where, even if it's your own local airport. It'd be neat. I could find some new airports that I like, or just some new places to fly from. But yeah, let me know, and I'll see if I can get around to doing it. It's hard. It's not hard work. It's just sometimes it takes a while to decide on where I want to fly to and where from, within a reasonable time limit. Alright, let's simulate. We're doing about a kilometre every second, probably a little bit faster. There's another aircraft, probably going to get asked to list them as in sight.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 traffic is 3 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 340 generic.
Where? Ah, there.
Report them in sight. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 contact Marseille Center on 124.5. Good day.
Going to 124.5 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Marseille Center BTM
Alright, I need
2408
to have a look
November
to see
Zulu
where our top of the
2408
centre is.
flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Marseille Center. Continue to Ameside as planned.
Top of descent is when we get to 42 miles out from Bursu. .2 miles to Bursu.
Marseille Center Alpine 1134 is passing flight level 345, descending 10,000 feet.
We're at 160 range, so that midpoint there is about 80 miles out, and there's Bursu. Yeah, look at that terrain. Maybe this is the Italian Alps.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 contact Marseille Center on 120.85. Good day.
.85 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Marseille Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 flight level 390.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Marseille Center. Continue to pursue as planned.
We are 106 miles out.
KLM 19er tree 4 is at 14,000 feet, descending 10,000 feet. KLM 19er tree 4 Marseille Center QNH 29er decimal 88 continue as planned. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 descend and maintain flight level 270.
I suppose I'm getting close.
Descend and maintain flight level 270 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 contact Geneva Center on 125.55. Good day.
Going to 125.55 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Geneva Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is at flight level 390 descending flight level 270.
Easy 1360, you are 1 mile northeast. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Sierra Papa Romeo transition. Clear to Sierra Papa Romeo. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Geneva Center. Continue to proceed as planned. Euro Wings 8371 contact Zurich Center on 126.225. Good day.
I'm going to drop us down to
Alpine
80
27
range.
Speedliner, contact Ream Center on 128.3.
And there's some cloud in the way, so I'm going to start getting
Descend
our...
and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect
There we go,
ILS
there's that
runway
210 knots. They've just gone into that final...
Cleared to Sierra Papa Romeo is 1360.
Oh, let's run 122. I don't want that. I want 34.
Going to 126.225 Euro Wings 8371.
Auto, and window hit on.
is passing flight level 240, descending 8,700 feet.
Wing and logo lights on.
101, 8 Geneva Center. Continue as planned. Tops with 1018, you are 73 miles south. Descend and maintain 8,700 feet. Expect ILS X-ray runway 33 approach via Alphic transition. Clear to Alphic.
Descend and maintain 8,700 feet. Expect ILS X-ray runway 33 approach by Altic transition cleared to Altic top Swiss 1018.
So I wonder if I should chuck out some flaps to slow us down a little bit. Let's start sorting out auto brakes. Put them on auto brakes 3. I don't need any more than that.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
And-
Contact Zurich Center on 126.225. Good day.
Going to 126.225 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Zurich Center BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is at flight level 350 descending flight level 270.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Zurich Center. Continue to pursue as planned.
Alright. There's all of our lighting set. And we can probably pull that range down to 40 now. Start getting our passengers seated. So on weather mode, yes, we are good. We don't need those other lights on just yet. Our wing and logo lights, put that on at final. I wonder if there's a main city over there where those lights are beaming out from. Over on the horizon over here. I assume it is. Twilight. Got the moon. There's Orion over there. There's Orion's belt, I believe. And northern hemisphere, he's up. He's upright instead of upside down. So I'm thinking Beetlejuice is in one of his shoulders. Which is probably that. That's probably Beetlejuice. The larger stars. If that means what's that there? Yeah, there's that star cluster.
Zurich Center tops was 1018 is passing 16,300 feet, descending 8,700 feet. Topswiss 1018 Zurich Center QNH 29.90 continue to Aldic as planned.
I'm looking for there it is. There's Scorpio. I was looking at Scorpio the whole entire time. So Scorpio, here's the tail, comes curling around, and then there's the main tail, and then there's the body, and there's a claw here, a claw there, and then the head. So Scorpio's quite easy to see in the night sky because these stars are quite bright, and it just forms like a three-pointed triangle pyramid, and then it's just got the long question mark shaped tail. So that's quite good. Cool that they've actually got the constellations in here.
Boeing 6248, you are 57 miles southwest.
What do
Descend and
I
maintain 7,000
want?
feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach via Dipole transition.
I
Clear to
want
Dipole.
7,000 feet. I want to ask for permission to go all the way down to 7.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 descend and maintain flight level 190.
Descend and 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach via Jipple transition cleared to Jipple Boeing 6248.
Descend and maintain flight level 190 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
See if I can speed up our descent. Okay, yeah, I can't ask him. Quite a few people flying around.
Landed at Air 215 traffic is 9 o'clock 1 miles at flight level 350 generic. Report them in sight. Landed at Air 215 have the traffic.
We have food there, buddy. Just checking to see if my cat had enough food. Before I put any more down.
Eurowings 8371 contact center on 127.
Yeah, that's what that
Good day.
rattle noise was.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, you are 20 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 14 approach via Jipol transition. Clear to Jipol. BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
No thanks, I want runway 34. I'm not taking that runway.
127.6 for Eurowings 8371.
When the wind direction's at 300, I'm not going to take a tailwind.
Please stand by BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
It's nuts.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, roger.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 would like ILS runway 34 approach Jipol transition.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, you are 16 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 34 approach via Jipol transition. Circle to land runway 14. Clear to Jipol.
Cool. I'm going to take that because it won't allow me to take the other runway.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 34 approach via Jipol transition circle to land runway 14. Clear to Jipol BTM 2408 November Zulu
IZS
2408.
is the name of the ILS. 110.75. And I'm not going to land on that runway that he's telling me he wants me at because, as we can clearly see, the wind direction is coming from 300 and going at the runway we want is 340. So what? 180 degrees off that is. What are you doing, cat? Is 180, 340, 20 off from 360, so 180 minus 20 is, well, 160 degrees. Yeah, so runway 14 they want us on, so that's not even the same runway. So they want us on the slightly northern runway, which I'm not going to do because why would I land with a tailwind? I suppose it's safer because you've got the steep approach. It's ever so slightly steeper, like 3.5 degrees glide slope instead of 3. The one I will be taking because of mountainous terrain, but I don't care, something an extra half degree glide slope. No big deal.
70, descending 10,000 feet.
Generic Victor Lima Golf 9er Uniform Tango Zurich Center. Continue as planned.
Right, 125, 725. Anything on the ATIS yet? It's a bit weird. We should be getting the ATIS. There's the airport somewhere. There's the airport right here, about 20 miles away from us. And that means they've changed the frequency of the ATIS.
Zurich Center.
I don't want to change.
2408 November Zulu 240.
So I get really annoyed when I do
vector to
this.
next waypoint.
They give us only an option to select another approach, but I don't want another approach. I want another runway.
Turning and following heading 085. Boeing 6248, contact Zurich approach on 130.56. Good day.
Continue to ZH 481 turning and following heading 085 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
Alright, what is our speeds for flaps 1, 285? There's our reference speeds down there for
Going
flaps
to
1.
0.5, 6 foiling, 6248.
And let's see, runway 34. I want to see what the actual way direction is. It's 332. I don't know why they call it runway 34 then. Okay, so this approach plate I'm looking at was from 24th of February this year. So that's pretty modern. So the fact that the Zurich ATIS wasn't working, it's pretty bad. Does it tell us the true airport heading? 332 degrees, which is our heading from off the ILS. So 332. So that's our heading we want. Once we get to the final point, and when we're entering this stuff, what's our speed? Okay, so once we get past the holding point, we're past Gapole, which is a holding point. Once we get past that, relax. So, what's the point that, so we're flying directly over the airport now. And then we're going out to Imaki, which is an initial approach fix. Then once we go from there, we're turning in to ZH, blah blah blah. But there's a relax holding point,
BTM 2408
which I
November
think
Zulu
is the one that we
240,
go to after
contact Zurich
that.
approach on 130.56.
And then after that, once we start going on a straight line to go back over the runway, roughly, we then need to be not faster than 185. It's weird, because that's a lot slower than... Ooh, I need to respond quickly or this is going to get mad. It's going to get...
BTM
Here we go.
2408 November Zulu 2408, acknowledge last transmission.
Yes.
130.56 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
And I think we're in cloud now. Oh shit. We're in cloud.
Zurich approach BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 is at 11,900 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
Some of these lights on.
BTM 2408 November
Right,
Zulu
outboard lights.
2408 Zurich approach QNH 29.88 continue to CH 487
Thank
and
you, 2988. And I'll start popping out some flaps. Is that going to start slowing us down a little? Yes. So we're decreasing height faster.
Traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,100 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Now there's another major airport out this way. I don't know what that one is. I forget. I know there's one out there, a Start Airport.
Sailing 6248 have the generic in sight.
I don't think we're going to need to use our speed brakes. Let's have a quick ATIS check. Got a few more moments, and I don't think we're going to anything. All right. Speed brakes. Landing. Our brakes. Auto brakes are set. Minimums are set.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Go down a little bit. Really? They want me to at 6?
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408.
I'm not due for 6,000 until I do my one of my final turns.
2408, you are 18 miles east of Zurich. Contact Zurich Tower on 119.7 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 119.7 BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Zurich Tower BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 20 miles east inbound ILS runway 34 approach circle to land runway 14.
Yeah, that's not happening.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408 Zurich Tower. QNH 29.89 wind 137 at 10. Cleared ILS runway 34 approach.
2989.
Cleared ILS runway 34 approach BTM 2408 November
Now, can
Zulu
I ask them for a new
2408.
runway? Nope. 125730. Wow. Oh, this is 125725. So that's a bit annoying.
Zurich Airport information Quebec 19000 Zulu.
Okay,
Wind 137 at 10.
2988 at the airport itself, so I don't know why they're telling me.
Sky condition. Ceiling 2,400 feet broken.
It's really annoying.
Temperature 9er. 2.10. QNH
See.
29.88.
Wind's at 137.
Runway 14.
10, so that's why they want me on runway
Landing and
14.
departing runway 14. DSR
But
aircraft. Same direction as
the
flight.
wind here is different.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller, on initial contact, you have Quebec.
Maybe I should quickly change the landing speed 147. Normally it's 146, but we're slightly heavier at the moment because I've got reserve fuel on board. I don't know why. I just decided to put some just for the shits and gigs, so we had all tanks wet. Want us on 14. It's still fine to me. runway 34. That heading, the wind is. I don't know what the issue is.
Swiss 465, go around. Swiss 465, did you hear my last transmission? Swiss 465, did you hear my last transmission?
The crash.
Swiss 465, contact Zurich approach on 130.56.
Hear a response. What if they crashed in real life? Shit. So we actually get to hear the real.
130.56.
Okay, good.
Swiss 465.
They're alive. Hopefully. Unless it's now doing automated stuff. Just to keep in timing. It's a bit, a little alarming. I'm going to trust in my flight plan. Okay, let's rebuild it. Edit flight. Runway 34. Let's actually just go automatic. Okay. Oops. Yeah, it automatically picked runway 34 as the best one to pick. I actually shouldn't be going faster than 250 knots under 10,000 feet. Yeah, they still want me at runway 34 on the flight plan. The wind at Zurich, it says they've changed to 170 at 5 knots. But in the game, it's not doing that, 170 at 5 knots. So let's quickly look at the ATIS again.
Zurich Airport Information Romeo 19000 Zulu. Wind 167 at 8.
Get the ILS 414 up. The win, though, in the game, like that might be the meta that they're giving us, but in the game itself, It's just not it. It's just not happening. Because the wind's still at 271. That's close enough to it's still headwind. The runway's at 330 degrees. It's a 60-degree difference. Just noticed we've got a little reflection down here. It's quite cool. I need to check what our speed says we need to start. Reducing speed. Start reducing to 210. When do we start descending to 6 as we start our turn, and then we go straight to 5, and then we capture our approach. Pulling out some more flaps to slow us down. I'm going to trust the speed that's actually showing in the game. I mean the wind direction, even though the METAR said different. Ready. Now I'll do a descent of like 1,000 feet a minute. Once we get there, and drop our speed down to, what is that? 185. to 20 degrees flat. And we've got an aircraft right in front of us. See, yeah, in real life they're taking this route, I think, because this aircraft wouldn't be following us. Okay, vertical speed, we need to start. Maybe about that. All right, let's get the rest of these lights on. We've got the, yes, it's on. Parking brake off, auto brakes on, spoilers armed. Alright, we're going to go to approach plan shortly. I want to drop my speed down even further. Flaps 25 is what, 100? 150. What's our max for flaps 25? 210. Oh, we're well within range. And get this ready to go down to 5. Bring the range in. Yeah, I'll bring the range in. Right, let's start descending again. And let's bring our speed all the way down. Flaps. And we want to approach. And let's get landing gear out. Well, would you look at that? Wind directions at 260, which is a slight headwind. The diamond coming in slowly. So I was right to ignore. We're hitting our 5,000 mark now, right at this point where we needed to be at 5,000, which is where we capture the glide slope. Now, what on earth is it doing? We're way off center line, we've captured the glide slope. Terrain mode can go on. I don't think there's anything else I need to do now. It's just enjoying the ride. Yeah. We're all set. We can probably turn on our lights. Get those all prepared. Well, maybe I should have tried getting us at our approach speed before we finish that turn, because we've way overshot the localizer now. We keep swinging left and right over it. She's having difficulty keeping it. There's our taxi lights there on the back. So wind speed is nearly a crosswind, but see, there's the runway it wanted us to land on, right there, and it wanted us to come in from this direction, landing into it, and as you can see, that would be a tailwind. Right, I can that down. It's dropped the range of this to about 5 miles out. Speeds are right. Barometer minimums of 1588, and we're on the path. Seems a little bit high. That's because there's some terrain right here. And it looks like we're lined up quite nicely. Turn off the director's auto thrust. I'm 1,000 above the ground. Alright. Autopilot off.
200. Minimums.
So we were way high by the looks of it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408, contact ground on 121.905.
So I should have probably popped off. Probably should have popped off.
BTM 2408
Yes.
November Zulu 2408. Did you hear
Autopilot a bit sooner because we were quite high. Yeah, on approach we were low and then suddenly we went high. So they get that wrong quite often, to be honest. Just glad I managed to get us down quite nicely despite that. I don't want taxi for takeoff. Well, let's see if I can do this one. Oh, annoying. It's really annoying. I don't want to take off. I want parking. I don't understand why that's still a problem. I'll move you big caboose. Oops. Now I have to figure out where I'm landing, where I'm parking. I wish I could do that. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to find our own parking, and I want to find a gate. But yeah, I always forget that about the ILSs being a bit high, a bit far down the runway. They're like way too far down the runway. They should be right at the threshold of the runway. These gates, I think they are, but they're smaller gates, so I'm gonna mosey on over here because I think these may be the runway I'm crossing. There's no aircraft landing. That was a close one. I didn't like the look of that. I might be forced into taking one of these gates, even though they look tiny. Let's do it. Yeah, this airport's definitely not designed to take something this, or this area is not designed for something this big. Just no options for parking and fueling, and it's really sucky because I landed on the wrong runway that they didn't want me to land on, but it was the right one based on real world data. It's just for some reason the game doesn't interpret the real world data into the game tower stuff and taxi stuff. I think we're going to pick this one right here and turn right. This one looks like one for a heavy aircraft because it's got two These are meant to be some really small ones, but I'm taking up both.
Zurich ground 0 wing, 763, requesting the end of pushback.
Which I'm sure they won't mind.
0 wing 763 request to end pushback received.
Those people in the building would have been a bit scared. Alright, taxi off. Wing and a logo
Zurich ground 0 wing,
off.
763, with Romeo ready to taxi IFR.
Anti-ice off. And I should have had the APU
Runway 14 using taxiway cross runway 10. Contact
running,
tower
APU
on
bleed on.
7 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 14 using taxiway cross runway 10 wing 763.
Alright. Now I wonder if I can get them to connect the jetway since I'm parked. Oh.
Zurich ground, BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please send the baggage?
BTM 2408
You don't know where the baggage is, but you just spawned it now.
We don't know where the baggage is.
Zurich ground, BTM 2408 November Zulu 2408. Could you please send the catering truck?
There it is.
BTM 2408 November Zulu.
So they're not going to do
2408.
anything
We
about
can send your catering truck.
jetways
Please retry
because
later.
I'm not parked right on the line, but I figured it would be at a invalid area, but oh well. That's fine. I don't care. That should be powered. Yes, it's available. Okay. Then we can start shutting down these engines. Almost equal part day and night for this flight. So that was our flight, everyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that follow button so you get notified when I go live next with whatever I go live next with. I'll also be exporting this to my YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out, follow the links underneath the live stream panel as well as in the description. I upload my clips and stuff to there, so that's one of the good things about that. And if you guys happen to mosey on over there and like what you see, then why not help me out and subscribe? It'd mean a hell of a lot to me and very much appreciate it. Likewise, if you're on my YouTube channel and want to find my Twitch so you can see where I do all my live stuff, follow the links in the channel banner as well as in the past streams description. As always, drop a comment on stuff you guys would like to see me do next, or things you think I could do better with, or just to pop in and say hey, and please do let me know any like flights that you might like to see. It's like a destination and a departure, maybe even a plane as well. probably more than like 2 to 3 hours at the max. We don't have the patience. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a great day or great night wherever on the world you are. Peace out, everyone. Have a great one.